To our Adrian Wojnarowski, the Bulls are hiring Denver general manager Arturas Karnisovas. He will become Chicago's EVP of basketball operations.
It's the beginning of a new era in Chicago. It still doesn't seem real that the Gar Pax days are officially behind us. Arturas Karnisovas was named the Bulls' executive VIP of basketball operations on Wednesday. A native of Lithuania and former EuroLeague star, the 48-year-old spent the past 7 years in Denver, first as an assistant general manager and then eventually as the GM. He drafted Nikola Jokic, Jamal Murray, Gary Harris, and Yusuf Nurkic. Just to put things in perspective, since 2008, the Bulls have selected only 2 All-Stars, Derrick Rose and Jimmy Butler, and been to the conference finals just once since Paxson was hired in 2003.
Now at 44% from the field, 17 for 39. What a move by Rose! Oh!
It's safe to say Chicago fans should be excited for Karnisovas' arrival. He is the first external hire to lead the front office since Reinsdorf bought the team in 1985. And the best part is, it doesn't stop there. The new executive will hire a general manager to work under him. Early candidates include Calvin Booth of Denver, Mark Eversley out of Philadelphia, Mark Hughes with the Clippers, and Matt Lloyd in Orlando, among others. On top of that, another candidate in serious talks to join the front office with the Chicago Bulls is Denver scout Pat Conley, who was previously an assistant GM with the Suns. These truly have been the best past couple days of being a Bulls fan in a long time. And we haven't even discussed the soon-to-be firing of head coach Jim Boylen, a coach who's miraculously hung on for 2 seasons despite ridiculous tactics like replacing sleep with practice, publicly feuding with his players, and losing just as much as the guy he replaced. Sources have come out that head coach Jim Boylen is concerned he will be out as coach and would at least like a sit down with new bosses when the time comes. The Reinsdorfs, however, will not be handing out a life preserver for Boylen. Nah, fuck that. The way Boylen has fucked up the development of our young players is so unforgivable that I wouldn't even give him a sit down or an exit interview at all. As for replacements at head coach, I really only have one name in mind, Adrian Griffin. Why him, you may ask? He's been an assistant coach under Thibodeau and Nurse in Toronto. Very strong defensive intelligence, and most likely runs an analytics-based defense applying Thibodeau philosophies. On top of that, has strong player development chops as well. Jimmy Butler credited him for his development. Also, don't be surprised if he turns out to be a good offensive coach. Nick Nurse rotated his assistant's duties so he can be more well-rounded. He would switch from defense, offensive play calling, and player development. Happy days, man. Happy days. Shout out to all my Bulls fans who watched Cameron Payne start at point guard. I'm sure our worst days are behind us.
133 to 77.